anything, and then they package it in like plastic bags. And then just like I forget a lot of times, like if I have a reusable bag in my car and then I bring it up with my groceries, I forget to like bring it back down to my car. So then I like go to the grocery store and don't have one. So I think getting better at that aspect of it, I definitely need to do. But I think convenience is like a big issue for everyone because like we all know about it. It's just like more convenient to not change your ways.
Yeah, I agree. I think that just subconsciously, I don't think about plastic usage on the daily because I'm so accustomed to just going to the store and putting it in a bag and leaving. But I definitely think just trying to make a conscious effort of having a reusable bag or something just on hand. That way, just a little bit at a time, I'm decreasing my plastic usage, I think would be beneficial in the long run.
Like Allison said, I feel like I haven't been like as mindful of like the plastic situation, but when I do like get the opportunity to like buy or like pay an extra like what 10 cents for a reusable bag or something, I feel like I do take that like opportunity to like minimize like the plastic.
Yeah, and I think like a few years ago there were a lot more products that had like individually single like packaged like snacks or whatever, and I think that has like gone down a lot more because people are less likely to buy those things, which I think is good because like putting pressure on like companies to not make such like single use plastic is like efficient and like doing its job. So I think by buying those things less and going for the things that are like you can package it yourself in like reusable like Ziploc containers or something, then like maybe that will be helpful.
Yeah, really good, guys. Rima, I really liked how you mentioned like the consumers' buying habits is what pressures the companies to change their ways. Like that's what causes them to change how they're using plastic and stuff. So next we're gonna do a couple of like activities. So this first one is gonna be like a word or phrase association. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and y'all can kind of just tell me the first thing that comes to your head. It can be brief, or like it doesn't have to be super in depth. Just whatever the first thing that comes to your head. So for first one is, what do you think of HEB? What's the first thing that comes to mind when someone says that they shopped at HEB or they're going to HEB? What comes to your mind?
Mine would probably honestly just be like the crazy amount of bags they do because they sometimes will literally put like one item in one bag. So like whenever you do come in, you have like both hands like armed up with bags. So I always think of that.
I just think of like crowdedness and I think HEB, it's just always so full. I think that's like the big popular store in Texas that everyone goes to the most.
Sorry. I would say I think of Texas just because my parents, if we have a lot of family out of state, so if it's like Christmas or something, they'll go to HEB and get Texas beer, Texas shaped cookie cutters, like just like random Texas things.
Like Allison said, I just think of like all the bags that like I'm like thinking of like where or like I have to like think of like where to store them after like going to the grocery store.
I think of like the HEB brands, like the fact that it has its own like brand where you can buy like products that are HEB made, or like the tortillas that they make, or like the section where like the nuts are. Like I just think of like specifically like things you can only buy at HEB.
Yeah. Liberty, I like how you mentioned Texas. Like, I think we all know that HEB puts like a heavy focus on Texas. They do have a few stores in Mexico, but I think it's